If you are looking for a suspenseful, dramatic story with a touch of mystery, then let's dive in. This is just what he wanted. Of course, he was hoping for a media frenzy after winning the case. As the defense attorney, he meets with suspect Alan, who looks like an awkward bookworm. Alan's so grateful. He's speechless, not a typical killer. From what I know. He's from Kentucky, only 2 years in Chicago, no criminal record. The bishop, his benefactor. Alan's narrative unfolds like this. He used to beg on the streets until the bishop took him in, transforming him into a charity helper and even having him join the choir. It's straight out of a movie. One day, returning a book to the bishop's study, he hears a noise, thinks something's wrong, and runs to the bishop's bedroom. He sees the bishop lying on the floor, blood everywhere, and before he knows it, he's out cold. Alan's been a fainting goat since childhood. When he wakes up covered in blood, it raises some eyebrows. When cops arrive, he instinctively flees. No doubt Alan hopes for a trustworthy lawyer. Martin says, "You don't need to convince me. I don't care. From now on, zip it." Martin, the man in charge, asks Alan for his suit-sized talk about image consciousness. Soon, news of Martin defending Alan floods TV. At the law office, everyone's on edge. Surprisingly, Martin's a bit cheerful. The Vietnam case is way more thrilling. He trusted Alan, telling colleagues Alan had the bishop's ring when arrested. The kicker is, Alan has no motive. They need to probe the meaning behind those mysterious numbers. Could they be code? Find a psychologist. A delay's double-edged sword may help Alan recall the real villain. The guy looks like a punk, definitely not up to the good guy standard. What a plot twist. Meanwhile, DA John finds the leading lady, Jenny, the hottest attorney in the district. The DA gives her one demand: "I want the death penalty." What's up with this guy hiding secrets? Jenny doesn't say yes right away. She wants to investigate further. Smart lady. Why did the DA find her? She was Martin's assistant and lover. What a drama. But the guy slipped up and broke the DA heart, leading to a dramatic split. Once a sweet couple, now bitter rivals. But you can see there's still some spark between them. Martin meets Alan for a second time, reminding him to keep his mouth shut in court. Just pretend to be innocent in court. I'll do my utmost for the rest. Of course, I'm always performing. Alan replies, playing the innocent card like a pro. Soon, the first trial begins. Reporters spring up like mushrooms. Martin clarifies the real goal is to find the true culprit. Let's not mess up this time. More controversies are on the way. Martin stands strong like a pro, believing there are two victims. One's the bishop, the other is his client, but they still have no suspect. The first offense, Martin advises Alan not to answer too many questions to avoid guilt. Alan's tendency to blabber could land him in hot water. He must wait for the psychological evaluation first. Martin cleverly buys himself some time, while his assistant, Little Black, kicks off the investigation at Alan's place. "Sorry, I'm Miranda's friend," he quips, slipping into Alan's room despite the color mismatch. In Alan's bedroom, he finds a photo, but as he heads to the bathroom, a young man jumps on him trying subtitles. After a fierce tussle between the two sides, Little Black manages to yank off the young man's earring, but ultimately still lets him escape. Who exactly was that kid? Martin returns to prison, tossing Alan an earring, wondering what he was doing in Alan's room. I don't know. I don't have anything," Alan stammers, then asks, "Who's Linda?" When Martin shows the photo, Alan sheepishly says, "Oh, Linda's my girlfriend. I don't know where she is." Martin wants him to spill everything. No secrets, only then can he help. Alan realizes, could it be Alex? "I'm not sure. Maybe it's Alex," Alan says with an innocent look. "Alan, you've got to realize the state wants you dead. What'll you do if you don't help me?" "I didn't mean it. I just don't get why Alan would do such a thing." Alan can't fathom this. His pastel-coloured world is far too lovely for such characters. Martin brings in a psychologist to work on Alan, and the doc sets up the recording gear. Alan, as tame as a lamb, faints since 12. The doctor asks, "Did your parents treat you well?" No, my mom passed away, and my dad. Let's just say he wasn't a good guy. Clearly, Alan's upbringing wasn't great. He's never seen a doctor about his fainting spells. Dad told him, unless your leg's broken, no doc visit. The West Moon couple argues passionately in court, but Martin remains focused on one goal: buying time.